the stars of the game. I'm over here in the Tiger Soccer Room. I got the man here, CK. How we doing?
Doing good. How you doing?
Just fine. Introduce yourself to my audience.
Good. My name is Colt Keith. I'm a utility player for the Detroit Tigers.
So tell my audience, what is it like being a Major League Ball player?
It's amazing. I mean, it's a dream come true, but it's also a grind. Gotta work every day and make sure I'm staying on top of everything and make sure I'm staying sharp and able to compete at the big league level. And other than that, it's amazing. Take care of my family and live the big league life.
Every kid's dream to play. They think you guys get drafted in the big leagues the next day. They don't understand that grind that you got to go through.
Yeah, you got to get drafted and then you get thrown right into it. For me, it was tough. I was really overmatched when I first started and had to make my way all the way from extended ball all the way to the big leagues, hit every level along the way. It took about 3 or 4 years and got to the big leagues. People say the hard part isn't getting to the big leagues, but the hard part is staying there. So this is my 3rd year and it's been a grind. And I've been working nonstop every day since I got here to stay here and with all that, it's still a lot of fun.
So much of a roller coaster.
Well, that's news to me.
Yeah, I mean, baseball as a whole is just a roller coaster. Just going through slumps, going through fielding slumps, base running slumps. Going through times where you're not seeing the ball as well, and also just time away from your family, time away from your friends in your hometown. All that combined, there's a ton of roller coasters. So you just got to have a process that you follow every day, like your routine, and get yourself in a good headspace before you go out there, and just take it day by day, try to win the day.
So they say the biggest part of this game is the mental part. You got to conquer the mental part to be successful.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that's 100% true. You got guys all sorts of shapes and sizes in the big leagues, and it's whoever can go out and do their best every day with their process and their routine. Whoever's the most consistent, those are usually the guys that stay for the long time and make the most money. Great example is Dustin Pedroia. Not the biggest guy, not the strongest guy, but obviously had a great process and got better and learned the game more and more every single day, and he was able to take that on the field and be successful.
So you gonna throw my man DP in there?
Clearly, he's the man. I mean, obviously he's short, but he didn't have the muscle.
You said it, not me.
Yeah, no,
DP,
sure.
he said it. So, I mean, a lot of kids watch the game. They think it's easy to play Major League Baseball. And this game is all about adjustments on this stuff.
Right. Yeah. Every day. Every day. I mean, one day you're feeling something in the box. The next day you got to make adjustments for it to be able to keep competing. If you just live and die on the same thing every day and say you go into a slump, you might not ever get out of it. It's just a game of constant adjustments, constant work, and just going out there tweaking this and that, just making sure you're seeing the ball well and in a position to compete.
And I would always tell my guys that when you're in that batter's box and you struggle, that ball looks so small. But when you see that ball and you got that ball in your view, it's like a beach ball. I don't care where it goes. You're hitting it hard somewhere.
Yep, that's right. And I think a lot of guys would agree with me. There's some guys that are freaks that don't agree with this, but most guys in the major leagues agree with this. Is most of the time you're not going to see the ball very well, and it's just about surviving. And then once you see the ball well, you got to take advantage of those opportunities and don't miss your pitch. And get those stats on your board and also help the team win. But for me, most of the time, I'm not seeing the ball well. So it's just grinding through at bats, trying to swing at good pitches, making sure I'm on top of everything physically and mentally, and make sure I give myself the best chance.
As a coach, I had this motto: loosey-goosey baseball. You got to have fun.
Yeah.
So give us your most memorable moment on the field and your most memorable moment off the field.
Most memorable moment on the field was probably my first big league home run. It was off Alec Manoah in 2024. And it was kind of deep in the season. It was end of May, and I was so excited just rounding those bases at the home park. It was a packed house at Comerica, so that was my best on the field. Off the field, still kind of on the field, is actually I made my debut here, and just having my parents there that helped me get all the way through the minor leagues, and my wife, and just being with them around the debut day was awesome.
Now, you said it was most that home run. You didn't get to touch the bases when you was going out there.
No, I was sprinting pretty fast though. After I went back to watch the video, I was pretty much sprinting the whole way. There was no pimping about it, but yeah, it was an awesome moment.
How did you wind up with that number that you wanted?
33. My dad had it growing up, and so when he was playing slow pitch softball, was number 33. So I wanted to be 33, coming all the way up. And then when I got signed to the Tigers, and I was able to get it. It was a free number, so I was able to snag it.
You want to be like Pops, huh?
That's right. Yeah,
That's cute.
always did.
That's
Yeah,
so cute.
everybody. Me and my brother are both number 33, so I guess it just kind of runs with the family.
All right, last question. Every kid's dream of playing in the big leagues. Get that call, you go into the big leagues. Walk in the locker room for the very first time, see your uniform big there. What was that feeling like?
It felt really special. You know, it was a mix of just a bunch of different emotions, a lot of nerves, and just a lot of just overwhelming joy that all the hard work had paid off to this point. Obviously, still a lot to go after that, but getting to the big leagues was a big milestone.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry. I was more sad. I don't cry very much. It's hard to get that out of me.
I normally ask if Mama cried, but since you got daddy's number 3, did Papa cry?
My mom and dad both cried. Yeah,
Yeah,
they were really excited. Once they saw me on the field, I think they started flowing. But yeah, I didn't cry. It's hard to get that out of me.
Daddy telling your secrets. Coach with the man. Appreciate it.